The Calvert County, Maryland Commissioners' Reports is a headline news podcast provided in part by the Communications and Media Relations Division. Commissioners' Reports is a summary of the agenda and outcomes of regular Calvert County Board of County Commissioners meetings, as well as related public information and events. Hello, and welcome to Commissioners' Reports. I'm your host, Kevin G. Schmidt. In this week's Calvert County Board of County Commissioners meeting, public service announcements. Commissioner President Hance shared condolences on behalf of the BOCC for the loss of Bob Fenn and Claude David Goins. Ceremony. Since taking office in 2022, Sheriff Cox continued the tradition of swearing in sheriffs and correctional deputies in front of the BOCC upon completing their entry-level training. This practice provides a venue for the new deputies, their families, friends, fellow deputies of the BOCC, and the public to commemorate this special occasion most memorably. Sheriff's Deputy Zachary Gadwell was recognized at the pinning ceremony for successfully completing his entry-level training. Presentation. Calvert County Board of Education Blueprint Update. Beginning in 2016, the Maryland Commission on Innovation and Excellence in Education began working under the leadership of Dr. William E. Kerwin and passed through state legislation the Blueprint for Maryland's Future. The mission of Blueprint is to transform Maryland's early childhood, primary, and secondary education system, as well as establish a meaningful career ladder for educators and support staff. The Calvert County Blueprint Committee, CCBC, was created on October 5, 2021, to serve in an advisory capacity to both the BOCC and the Calvert County Board of Education on programs, policies, and initiatives to be included in the local Blueprint implementation plan. The CCBC provided the BOCC with a high-level informational presentation and highlighted upcoming milestones for February and March, leading up to the submittal of the final draft implementation plan to the Maryland State Department of Education. Department of Human Resources, Calvert County Police Accountability Board, End-of-Year Report Presentation. The Calvert County Police Accountability Board, PAB, was created on February 16, 2022, as required by state law. Wilson H. Perrin, the chairperson of the PAB, and Scott Deacon, chairperson of the Calvert County Administrative Charging Committee, presented the first annual report to the BOCC. There were major foundational accomplishments in 2022 that placed Calvert County ahead of other jurisdictions throughout the state. Award. Employee Recognition Committee, ERC, Team Excellence Award, Veteran-Owned Business Promotion Team. The Team Excellence Award recognizes employees who have excelled as a group and displayed cooperation and teamwork in support of a common goal or project. The following 11-person team implemented a new initiative to showcase Calvert County veteran-owned businesses. The campaign generated over 80,000 impressions and brought awareness to important county programs and support. Team Excellence Award recipients include Communications and Media Relations, Daryl Baxter, John Bennett, Sarah Eman, Roslyn Gannis, Terrell Gross, Sean Pyfram, and Kevin Schmidt. Economic Developments, Grace Fadley, Ashley Greeley, Kathy McAdams, and Jennifer May. Consent. Department of Human Resources, Calvert County Police Accountability Board, Bylaws Adoption. Department of Parks and Recreation, Town of North Beach, local parks and playground infrastructure funding of $150,000 to replace 250 feet of bike path and mitigate erosion along North Beach. Department of Public Safety, Budget Adjustment Request, Advanced Life Support Supplies, Bulk Ordering to increase savings. Department of Planning and Zoning, Environmental Commission Bylaws Amendment to reduce quorum from 6 members to 5 members, and updating the Environmental Commission's regulatory authority to existing law. All consent items were adopted as presented. In new business, Department of Finance and Budget, review of the Board of Education's FY24 to FY29 6-year capital improvement plan. Finance and Budget reviewed the Board of Education's FY24 to FY29 6-year staff recommended budget capital improvement plan, CIP, requests totaling $112,288,676. This amount reflects a 17% increase from the FY23 to 28 6-year adopted budget. Another change is the prior year 6-year CIP FY23 to 28 projected costs of replacement of Northern Middle School at $52 million. These costs projected have increased by $5.7 million. The 6-year CIP for the Board of Education reflects the replacement of Northern Middle School, which will begin in FY 2024 with design costs, and the replacement of Calvert Elementary, projected to begin in FY 28. The presentation is to prepare the BOCC for the 6-year Capital Improvement Plan costs for the Board of Education and seek direction on those projects as part of the annual budgeting process. Old business, Department of Parks and Recreation, Local Park and Playground Infrastructure Grant Budget Adjustment. A public hearing was held on January 10, 2023 to discuss an allocation of $1 million in grant funds to Calvert County for, quote, shovel-ready, end quote, park infrastructure projects managed by the Maryland Department of Natural Resources, DNR. There were 2 public comments received in concern about this project, causing the removal of a baseball field. However, there is no baseball field being removed to complete the replacement of the current tennis courts or design of pickleball courts. The Cove Point Master Park Plan does show an eventual relocation of 2 baseball fields to the front of the park to create a baseball quad of fields. However, that is currently not funded. The record on this matter is now closed. After discussion, the BOCC approved $700,000 for the replacement of the tennis courts at Cove Point Park, as well as additional design of bathrooms and pickleball facilities in the same location, reimbursable by the Maryland Department of Natural Resources. Work session, Office of the County Administrator, repealing and replacing Resolution 32-16. Resolution 32-16 was approved on September 27, 2016, repealing Resolutions 2915 and 214. The core tenets of the resolution address fundamental business practices for addressing water and sewer allocation policy and are measured in equivalent dwelling units, EDUs. The current audit process, quarterly billing, and the less than optimal billing technology limit full transparency to residential and commercial customer resource consumption. After discussion, the BOCC requested staff to return with more information and an informed process to repeal Resolution 32-16 and replace it with a new resolution that would allow the following: authorization to prepare, present, and execute an updated water and sewerage audit. Elimination of additional EDUs for residential customers. Adding a tier pricing guide for usage above the base rate. After discussion, the BOCC directed staff to schedule a public hearing to repeal Resolution 32-16 and replace with an amended policy that eliminates additional water and sewerage equivalent dwelling units, or EDUs, for residential customers. Directed a transition to a tiered monthly billing system supported by the best available technology. Requested reallocation of unexecuted American Rescue Plan Act funding, ARPA funding, to support software acceleration in FY 2023, and create and implement educational resources for both residential and commercial customers to increase awareness and transparency. In other Calvert County local news, citizens are invited to honor a World War II veteran with a memorial paver brick on the veterans' patio at the On Watch Memorial Statue in Solomons. The Calvert County Board of Public Works General Services Division is coordinating the annual campaign, which runs through May 1st, 2023. The On Watch Memorial Statue is an 8-foot bronze statue by Maryland artist Antonio Tobias Mendez, commemorating the people and work done at the Solomons Amphibious Training Base during World War II. This facility, the nation's first amphibious training facility, was active from 1942 to 1945, and its effect on the area continues to be felt today. The statue was unveiled in August 2007. The monument commemorates those who served the United States during World War II. The cost of each brick is $100 and is tax deductible. Purchasers will be notified when engraving and installation are complete. Gifts made toward the Memorial Brick campaign are used for the maintenance and care of the statue and grounds, located at 14485 Dowell Road in Solomons. An application is available online at www.calvertcountymd.gov/onwatch. To learn more, contact Teresa Windsor at 410-535-1600, extension 2565. That concludes our broadcast. The Calvert County, Maryland Commissioners Reports is a headline news podcast. Stay current with other news in Calvert County by following and liking the Calvert County Government's Facebook page at facebook.com/Calvert County MD, on Instagram at Calvert Broadcast, on YouTube, youtube.com/Calvert County Gov, and our official website, www.calvertcountymd.gov. Thank you.